In the headlines, Emefiele arrested for printing 684 million naira notes with 18.96 billion naira pleads not guilty. Man sets Kano mosque on fire during prayers. Nigerians react to Atiku and Obi meeting. And on the foreign scene, South Africa building collapse, death toll rises to 33 as rescues continue research. Hello, welcome to News Updates on Trust TV. My name is Lilian Ogazi. And to the news, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, AFCC, on Wednesday arraigned a former governor of the central bank, CBN, Godwin Emefiele, for approving the printing of 684.5 million naira at the rate of 18.96 billion naira. Emefiele pleaded not guilty to the 4 counts charge when he was arraigned on these counts before Justice Mary Ann Anene of the FCT High Court, Abuja. In the 4-count charge filed against him, the EFCC alleged that Emefiele disobeyed the direction of law with intent to cause injury to the public during his implementation of the Naira swap policy of the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. The anti-graft agency also accused Emefiele of unlawfully approving the withdrawal of 124 billion naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund of the Federation. Wednesday's arraignment brought to 3 the number of charges pending against the former CBN governor. Meanwhile, members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASUU, have said they may be forced to embark on a nationwide strike over what they described as a dissatisfaction with the way their demands are being handled by the state and federal governments. A statement signed by the president of the union, Professor Emmanuel Osodeke, said the decision was reached after a meeting of its National Executive Council. According to him, so far no meaningful efforts by governments have been made to address their demands in the last 10 years. Some of the demands he listed included the sanctity of legal constituted governing council, review of the 2009 federal government and ASUU agreement, revitalization fund for public universities, payment of all earned academic allowances, including withheld salaries and promotion arrears. He added that the union will reconvene after 2 weeks, beginning on Saturday, to review the situation and take decisive action to address the issues. This development comes after President Bola Tinubu in January approved the disbursement of over 683 billion naira as a 2024 intervention fund for public tertiary schools in the country. A man has set a mosque on fire at Laraba Abasawa area of Gezawa local government area of Kano State, as many got burnt. Reports said that the incident occurred early Wednesday morning when members of the community are observing the Subu prayer. According to a member of the community, the man used petrol and lights up fire, while the people, about 40 of them, were praying and locked the mosque. It was gathered that at least 28 victims who got seriously burnt have been rushed to Murtala Mohammed Specialist Hospital. The suspect, who's said to have orchestrated the incident, Shafiu Aminu, according to the resident, has willingly submitted himself to the police division of Gezawa. Police command is yet to comment on the incident. Meanwhile, bandits kingpin Usman Modi, Mankare and 4 others are suspected to have been killed by rival bandits group loyal to Yatsa around Rugu Forest in Safana local government area of Katsina State. Notable among several bandits killed alongside Usman Modi and Mankare are Habisu, Abusani, Geledan Sani Kobari and Dogo Shangi. Trust TV News gathered that Usman Modi group was ambushed, surrounded, overpowered and killed Tuesday afternoon after a heavy gun battle with Yatsa rival bandits group. According to reports, the groups clashed over hundreds of Russell cows, with each of 2 rivals group claimed ownership. Though security agencies in Katsina are yet to comment on the development, the Commissioner of Internal Security and Home Affairs, Nasiru Damusa, confirmed the incident and subsequent killings of the terrorist kingpins hibernating around Safana Damusa operational areas. Two groups have been in total control of Western Savannah and Damusa local government areas, terrorizing residents for over a decade. President Bola Tinubu has suspended the 0.5% cybersecurity levy on electronic transactions in the country. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris made this known while speaking to journalists after the Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa in Abuja on Tuesday. Idris disclosed that Tinubu directed the Central Bank of Nigeria to suspend the implementation and review the modalities for the implementation of the cybersecurity levy. The minister added that the levy was thoroughly discussed at the FEC meeting, adding that the policy is undergoing review. The Apex Bank had mandated banks, mobile money operators, and payment service providers to implement the levy as contained in the Cybercrime Prohibition Prevention Amendment Act 2024. All electronic transactions were expected to attract a levy of 0.5%.
Security levy. The position of government is that that policy has been suspended. That policy has been put on hold. That is the position of government for now. It is undergoing some form of review. It was reiterated in council yesterday. You know that today's council is a continuation of the council meeting of yesterday. So I can tell you the cyber security levy has been put on hold. It is being reviewed by government. For now, it is on hold.
Meanwhile, the House of Representatives has denied a $150 million bribery allegation against the House Committee on Financial Crimes. Chairman of the committee, Ginger Obinna, who stated this during a press conference at the National Assembly complex on Tuesday, said the allegation was false, stating that no time did he or any member of the committee demand for such an amount. Obinna said the committee's interactions with Binance were formal, open, and transparent. He reiterated that the committee never met with the Binance team outside the National Assembly, nor did it delegate any individual or entity to meet with the Binance team on its behalf for any purpose, contrary to an allegation by a media outfit. It will be recalled that the committee had invited Binance and its chief executive on the 4th of March 2024 to appear before it to answer allegations of multiple financial and economic crimes and irregularities perpetrated by Binance against the Nigerian economy and state, but failed to appear.
Mr. Changpen Ho was sentenced to 4 months in prison, down from 3 years demanded by prosecutors, for money laundering, unlicensed money transmitting, and violation of SCATL in the United States. Richard Jones, the presiding judge at the sentence hearing, said Zoe put Binance growth and profit over compliance with United States laws and regulations. This is exactly what they have done in Nigeria. They have only put their own growth well and above the concerns and the economic conditions of Nigeria. They don't even care. They make billions of dollars from this country. Even in the private pre-hearing meeting, they accepted before our representation there that they are guilty of all the allegations leveled against them.
I wouldn't talk very much about that. They will have their day in court. But I would like to encourage the media. It is not enough for anyone to come subsequently and apologize about misrepresenting facts or spreading disinformation. I think that you owe it a duty to Nigerians to accurately report on this matter. If somebody is before the courts and is clutching for straws because they know that they are drowning, and then they come out to accuse a whole institution of government because they want to distract from what it is that they've done, I think that we consider that very grave. And just like my colleague said, we're here in solidarity with the House Committee on Financial Crimes to state that we're simply interested in doing our work as Nigerians.
Meanwhile, in Nigerian politics, political enthusiasts are reacting to a meeting between former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and the Labour Party's presidential candidate Peter Obi, with talks of a possible alliance ahead of the next general elections. Some think this alliance could help solve the country's problems, while others remain skeptical about its prospects. In this report, Shafi Suleiman takes a look at the ever-changing political landscape in Africa's biggest democracy. Take a look.
This week, the former Anambra State Governor, presidential candidate for the Labour Party in 2023 and 2019 presidential running mate to Atiku Abubakar, visited his erstwhile flag bearer in Abuja in what many described as a strategic move to realign forces ahead of the next election. And as the nation grapples with economic uncertainty, the two main opposition political figures in the country have become increasingly concerned about the state of affairs.
Anything can happen in the future. But at this point in time, the most important thing that His Excellency is doing is actually as regard to let us see how we can mobilize and put people out of poverty. That is his target.
Nigerians have, however, expressed divergent views on the perceived 2027 alliance talks that could galvanize a collective push to wrestle power from incumbent ruling All Progressives Congress APC.
Assuming they team together before the time of this election, I think I can remember Kwankwaso and Obi, they intend to team together at a point, maybe power tussle, tear them to pieces.
It will be very, very difficult to take back the power from APC with what we are seeing.
Of course, because of the situation. Look at the situation. Petrol. What is the current power, electricity amount? How much is it now? Look at the school fees for the tertiary institutions. We don't know this in the northern Nigeria.
Others are skeptical of the formidable power of a renewed alliance amongst the opposition political actors, saying such moves have failed to yield results in the past.
All of them, they eat in the same table. They are the same. If you look at the leaders, it's the same timbers and calibers of people. They are the people that govern in Nigeria. But my earnest prayer is that God should touch their hearts.
People are crying. Everybody is crying. Things are very tough and hard. A lot of people cannot even, for now, feed 3 square meals in a day. Some can't even feed 2.
Barely 1 year into the administration of President Bola Tinubu, who promised Nigerians renewed hope, the alignment and realignment of political interests are taking shape, with Nigerians becoming increasingly dissatisfied with the quality of political leadership in the country. Shafiu Suleiman, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Now, away from that, the aviation unions, including the National Union of Air Transport Employees Association of Nigeria, the Association of Nigerian Aviation Professionals, and the Amalgamated Union of Public Corporations and Technical and Recreational Employees have instructed Nigerian Meteorology Agency staff to begin strike action on Monday, May 20th, 2024. This was disclosed in a letter dated 14th May 2024. The strike stems from management's failure to address 45 months of minimum wage arrears and consequential adjustments for staff members. They expressed their dismay that the agency staff has been awaiting the palliative payment sanctioned by the federal government since October 2023. The union highlighted that 25 to 35% salary increase has not been implemented for them, alongside NIMET's exclusion from receiving peculiar allowances. This is news updates coming to you from Trust TV. Coming up, Bayelsa residents call for help as fire raises bushes over oil spill. More news when we return. Do stay. You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is news updates coming to you from Trust TV. Let's take a quick look at our headline stories again. Emefiele arraigned for printing 648 million naira notes with 18.96 billion naira, pleads not guilty. Man sets Kano mosque on fire during prayers. Moving on, popular street singer Habibu Kikiola, best known as Portable, has been arrested by the police for allegedly refusing to pay the balance of a G-Wagon vehicle he purchased from a car dealer. Police spokesman in the state, Benjamin Hundeyin, said the singer was arrested on Tuesday in the Abulegba area of Lagos. Dizazu Kuruna was reported to have bought the vehicle worth 27 million naira but paid only 13 million naira. In a viral video, Portable was seen to have scaled a gate after policemen approached him with an arrest warrant to follow them. Another viral video, however, showed him being dragged, handcuffed and wheelbarrowed by about 4 policemen into a waiting vehicle. Police spokesman Ndei said the police expect the lawyers of the singer to show up on Wednesday morning. He said the singer might be taken to court depending on the discussion with his lawyers. The Nigerian Electricity Management Service Agency, NEMSA, has emphasized that Nigeria must ramp up investment to tackle the frequent collapse of the national grid. This concern arises as Nigerians grapple with erratic power supply. Ibrahim Ismail reports.
The Nigerian national electricity grid has suffered 3 collapses between January and April 2024, underscoring the challenges in the country's power sector. To remedy this, NEMSA emphasizes the need for substantial investment to stabilize the grid.
The distribution is in the hand of the private sector. The generation is on the hand of the private sector. What government has now is the transmission. So you need a lot of investment to be able to maintain the networks, to be able to upgrade the networks, to be able to expand the networks. You agree with me that there are liquidity issues in the sector. We have inadequate liquidity because there's a huge debt in the power sector that is being addressed by all the stakeholders under the leadership of our Honorable Minister, Chief Adebayo.
In a bid to uphold safety standards and quality control in the electricity sector, NEMSA is keen on partnering with Trust Media Group to enhance public awareness.
Therefore, to mitigate these hazards of electricity, we have to effectively mitigate these hazards. And we do that through the effective enforcement of these technical standards and regulations. And that's the main reason why the agency, Nigerian Electricity Management Services Agency, was established.
In response, the management of Trust Media Group pledged full support to NEMSA in fulfilling its mission.
TV programs, so we have to go out in search of the news. And now here are newsmakers coming to us. So every time we have this courtesy visit, we have to thank the people who come here because you are coming closer to us. And that's why we have a range of people from the editorial side as well as the business side, so that they will interact with you and ask some few questions concerning the activities of this organization to see how this partnership will be deepened.
As stakeholders struggle to address the epileptic power supply in the country, the labor unions are contesting the recent electricity tariff hike, calling for a reversal and turnaround of the nation's power sector. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Abuja.
And moving on to Bayelsa, the federal government has again been called upon to intervene through relevant agencies in order to address issues around oil spills and their attendant effects. The call followed a life-threatening oil spill fire that consumed a large portion of the bush along Tombia-Amasuma Road in Yenogwa, Bayelsa State. At the site of the fire, residents were cautioned against using rainwater within this period due to the negative toxic reactions from the atmosphere, while those whose farm and fishing traps were consumed by the raging fire appealed for assistance as a means of livelihood have been raised.
Unfortunate incident. For now, we do not know if an oil facility there has been attacked, but those who went in and came out said the fire has, consumed a large area in the bush, and they feel that it's an oil spill fire. We do not know whether the facility is being attacked, whether pipeline or any other thing. But looking at the atmospheric pollution, I think I also advise that people should avoid rainwater now. Should avoid rainwater because of the carcinogenic effect. from hydrocarbon, and if we are talking about crude oil, particles, the elements contained in it, we shouldn't drink even the water, we shouldn't bathe in it, we shouldn't walk in it. For now, because of anticipated negative, toxic reactions from the atmosphere. I'm thinking that the state authorities, especially from the Ministry of the Environment, should reach out to the relevant oil company that owns their facility over there, especially Shell, because I don't think within that area any other company operates, to make sure that they visit the site officially for joint investigation visit.
And now to the foreign scene. The death toll from last week's building collapse in George, South Africa has risen to 33, with 19 people still missing. Despite ongoing rescue efforts, no new survivors have been found. Only 6 victims have been identified so far. Rescuers using cranes, heavy machineries and sniper dogs are focusing on the building's lower levels and first and second floors. Over 600 personnel, including many from nearby towns, are involved in the operation. George, located about 400 kilometers east of Cape Town, is known as a vacation and golfing spot. Authorities, including police and labor departments, are investigating the cause of the collapse. After 30 years of ruling South Africa, the African National Congress faces its toughest election yet. Polls suggest it might lose its majority for the first time. Once admired, the ANC's reputation has suffered due to high unemployment, poverty and corruption scandals. President Cyril Ramaphosa seeks re-election in the May 29th ballot. If the ANC loses its majority, it will have to form a coalition government for the first time, potentially complicating policy making in Africa's most advanced economy. South Africans don't elect their president directly, but instead vote for parties that get assigned seats in parliament according to their share of the ballot. And in sports, with the European qualification secured, Turkish Super League side Trabzonspor has started getting ready for the new campaign. One of the main areas of the team they're working to strengthen is the attack, and they're focused on getting Nigeria international and RKC gang striker Tolu Akorodare. Super Eagles forward Paul Onocho played a pivotal role for the team this season, but is expected to return to his parent club Southampton at the end of the season. Trabzonspor management has opened the discussion with the Saints, but they're looking for alternatives provided they failed to reach an agreement with the English club. Arokodare joined the Lomburgers from the French League One side Amiens following the departure of Onauchu to the English club. Ahead of the start of the preliminary round of the 2024-2025 interclub competitions, the African Soccer Governing Body has given intending clubs deadlines. Before the start of the competitions, participating clubs are expected to update their club licensing and meet the standard requirement of the football body. The African Football Apex Body has given all members association, including Nigeria, until May 31st, 2024 to either complete their club licensing or risk being thrown out of the competitions. The club that will represent Nigeria are yet to be determined, as the league remains the 6 match days and the Federation Cup is still in the round of 32. With that, we've come to the end of News Update here on Trust TV. Do well to follow us across all our social media platforms for more news, programs and documentaries. My name is Lilian Ogazi. Thanks for watching and bye for now.